All right, we're back here once again, as it'll be Jorge Mercado to head to the free throw line. We apologize for the technical difficulties we were dealing with, some of the audio issues in that first quarter, now in the second quarter, but we should be back on track here. If not, please don't hesitate to let us know. We should be back now as Jorge Mercado at the free throw line. He rises up and knocks down the first. 2 fouls already on Stearns Trailer as WCT extends the lead to 5. Mercado in that first quarter, 2 points and a rebound. Got here a little bit after the game started, so he's starting to settle in. His second free throw is knocked down. He goes 2 for 2 on that trip at the line. It's now a 6-point lead for WCT. Here comes Gaffney the other way for Stearns Trailer. Driving on Duval, blocked away by Mercado. Lindstrom picks up the rebound. WCT gets back in the front court. Spence picks him up. Now Frauenheim. Pull up, lost it. Looks like his hand slipped there. Gaffney is the beneficiary, picks it up. Here comes Dortch. The other way, nice no-look pass to Antoine. He knocks down the layup. That was a nice feed from Dortch. Antoine in that first quarter at 2 points. Now with 4. Here comes Duval the other way for WCT. He'll rise up from way downtown. No, he knocked down a couple of those, but Mercado, right guy for it with the offensive rebound. He'll just rise up. No, with a two-hand putback slam. Oh, my goodness, Janoop Duval. He can throw it down, and he can line it up from 3. He's done all of that tonight. And a big reason why WCT is ahead by 6. Here comes Dortch the other way, working on John Balla. Misses that one. Got some contact, but either way, couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Duval, kicks out Frauenheim. 3-pointer, no. Or 3 guys for WCT were there for the offensive glass. John Balla gets it right back to Duval, misses that one. Here comes Gaffney the other way for in transition for Stearns. Spence. Reverse layup, that one's good. Man, that was nice looking. Jakari Spence had 11 points in the first quarter. He was the engine of the offense for Stearns, as he usually is whenever he's here in attendance. As Mercado will just rise up from 3, a high arcer. Oh, it kind of died on the back of the rim. Almost got the roll, but that one just falls out. Here comes Gaffney the other way. Catch and shoot triple from the corner. That one's short. Chasing down the rebound is Mercado. 3-on-2 break. Euro step, rises up with the floater. No. And the rebound by Gaffney. Now another transition opportunity for Stearns. Spence rises up, got it, and the foul. Draws the foul on Duval, who came over to contest. Spence in transition. And he has been really good so far tonight. Chima Ekekubar and Quinn Peters will check back into the game for Tim John Balla and Janoop Duval. As Duval picks up his first foul, excuse me. Duval also had 3 assists in addition to his 11 points in the first quarter. He's only added to that total here in the second. Spence's end 1 free throw is good, and Stearns all of a sudden right back into this one. It's a 1-point game. Ekekubar bringing it up, and an offensive foul. The arm got a little bit too much contact with Larry Smith, and Smith happy to get that call. It'll be Stearns Trailer possession. As Dortch inbounds to Gaffney. Kicks over Larry Smith. He'll rise up from 3, and that one won't go. Rebounded by Ekekubar. Here comes WCT the other way. Ekekubar pushing. Driving to the basket, stops the free throw line, kicks out Frauenheim. Had an open look, but he'll just reset the offense to Lindstrom. Leading by 1, WCT driving in. Lindstrom loses his footing, tried to kick out to Ekekubar, but that one a little bit too far out. And that'll be a turnover, Stearns Trailer possession. 36-35, 6:45 to go in this first half. It's been a surprising start for WCT so far, and Spence gives Stearns the lead right back. Second lead change so far in this game. WCT led by as many as 10 in that first quarter. They led by 6 at the end of the first, but now Stearns on a bit of a run. They lead as Ekekubar got caught in the air, but the pass was deflected. He regains his dribble, drives in on Spence, rises up, left that one way short, and rebounded by Spence. Nice job getting away from Frauenheim. Here he comes the other way. Kicks out Larry Smith. Driving on Ekekubar, and now Spence thought about the 3. Kicks over Gaffney, around the horn, over to Brian Antoine. Driving in on Lindstrom. 2 short conference stars, and Antoine wins that battle. Now a 3-point lead for Stearns Trailer. Since the end of that first quarter, Stearns has been on a 13-4 run in the opening 4 minutes. Here's Frauenheim the other way. Gets a screen from Lindstrom. Now Gaffney switches onto him, and an entry pass for Mercado went a little bit too far out. And that'll be a Stearns Trailer possession off the turnover. Larry Smith will get a rest as Bruce Gooding checks back into the game. Gooding with 2 points in that first quarter. 3 guys for Stearns played the entire first quarter. And that was Larry Smith, Jalen Gaffney, and Jakari Spence. Spence and Gaffney both have continued to stay in the game while Smith just took a seat. Here's Antoine. He'll bring it back out with Ekekibar switching onto him. Isolating, drives in, lays it up, and that one's good. Brian Antoine starting to take over on offense a little bit more. He's been to 1 game so far, had a solid showing for Stearns, and now he's starting to find his own. Here's Frauenheim the other way. It's back to a 5-point lead for Stearns. They took an early lead before WCT struck back, and now Stearns making a run of their own. Here's Ekekibar from 3. That one a little too strong, and it was almost halfway down. Here comes Dortch looking to go coast to coast. Drives in, up and under, got it. Parker Dortch going coast to coast. Again, one of the top wings that we have here for Stearns. He can take it off the dribble, and he's also a really solid post player. And as you're seeing right now, also a really good defender, locking down Mercado. Kicks down to a cutting Ekekibar. Rises up. That one won't go. Gaffney tips the rebound out. Dortch chases it down, and a long outlet pass up to Spence. Rises up against Peters. No. Putback won't go. But Gaffney gets the third effort, knocks it down, and it's up to a 9-point lead. And all of a sudden, Stearns has completely changed the tides. It's a 19-4 run since the start of the second quarter, as Jorge Mercado trying to change that. He draws the foul on Dortch, so he'll head to the free throw line for 2. But before those 2 free throws, we'll have our second media timeout of this first half. Stearns trailer on a run right now, 45-36 they lead. Don't go anywhere, more to come after this break. Back here out of the media timeout. Again, a 45-36 lead for Stearns trailer over WCT Warriors. Jorge Mercado trying to cut into that deficit at the free throw line. As his first one is up and rattles in and out. WCT, the second-ranked team in the entire league so far through the start of this week in free throw percentage. Stearns at number 6 out of the 8 teams as Mercado knocks down his second shot. Ryan Savoy not here for WCT. Mercado is, though. Here comes Antoine working on Mercado with the right. Finishes that one. And Antoine just kind of taking all these guys off the dribble, getting a mismatch wherever he goes, and he's taking advantage. Dubal thought about another deep 3. He's had his fair share of those. Kicks out Ekekibar. Pump fakes a 3 of his own. Now a pick and roll game for Dubal and Ekekibar. Working on Gaffney. Turnaround Jay. That one just out. Rebound tapped all the way out to Gooding. And he'll bring it up for Stearns. Bruce Gooding lobs it up to Spence, and he gets the layup to go. I thought he was going to try to throw that one down, but the layup counts for 2 points all the same as he almost picks off a pass. But it goes in the hands of Ekekibar. Drives in, loses his control of the ball, and is picked up by Gooding. Here he comes the other way. Gaffney working on Dubal under the basket. Got 2 guys on him. Kicks out Spence. Catch and shoot triple. Hesitates. Doesn't matter. Jakari Spence continuing his hot streak to start this game, and it's up to a 14-point lead. It's a 25-5 run here in this second quarter. Stearns has absolutely turned it on. Linstra working on Dortch. Kicks back out Dubal. Another deep 3. They need it. That one will hit the top of the backboard and out of bounds. So Stearns will get it right back. As Larry Smith will check back into the game, Jalen Gaffney gets a rest. And Stearns starting to run away with this one, at least here in the second quarter. They're up to a 14-point lead after trailing by 6 at the end of the first. Antoine, top of the key, working on Lindstrom, kicks back out Spence. He's the hot hand right now. He'll try again from the mid-range, and once again he knocks it down. Jakari Spence can't be stopped right now. Here comes Duvall the other way. Driving on Spence, has a couple inches of height on him, kicks out, and that one intercepted by Antoine. Going coast to coast, burst of speed, and the one-hand tomahawk jam. Brian Antoine gets the fast break bucket. Now it's an 18-point game as Mercado scores the other way over the outstretched arm of Parker Dortch. Smith will bring it up on offense for Stearns. Guarded by Mercado. Kicks over to Spence. Back to Smith, working on Mercado. Isolates, now he'll bring it back. 10 on the shot clock. Crosses over to the right side, drives, puts up the scoop layup. That one's good. Man, that was some great isolation offense from Larry Smith, and it's up to an 18-point lead. Stearns has turned it on here in the second quarter. Now Ekekubar working on Dortch, pump fakes off the glass, and that one's good. It's where Ekekubar is really comfortable driving. He has some good stopping ability. Just put that one up, and that one looked too easy. Smith will rise up from 3, left that one short off the front iron. Ekekubar gets the rebound and kicks over to Peters. It'll be Griffin Lindstrom to bring it up now. Kicks over Mercado. Catch, shoot, triple with a little bit of space. That one too strong off back iron, rebounded by Antoine. Brian Antoine going the other way with it. He'll rise up from 3, got it. That's his first 3 of the night, and it is a 16-point lead for Stearns trailer. They are firing on all cylinders on offense right now. Antoine looking like his old rainy days. Duvall drives in, puts it up with the left, and that one's good. Man, really nice move through with the dribble through for Duvall, and he's kind of keeping WCT's offense in this game. Here comes Spence against Duvall. Just drives in, moves with the right, and knocks another one down. Spence is feeling it right now. It's back to a 19-point game with a minute to play. Lindstrom driving on Spence. Scoop layup, that one's good. On the same floor where Lindstrom made so many memories playing for the Warriors in high school, makes a play here in the JSBL. Spence the other way, guarded by Peters. Crosses over right side, creates some space, fall away Jay. Oh my goodness. Spence, even with an inch of space, gets it to fall, and it's still a 19-point game. Ekekubar, top of the key, finds Lindstrom. Gives it right back. 1-2 game for those two. Ekekubar lays that one up and in off the right hand. And it looks like he'll get a delay of game for placing the ball on the ground. 19.2 seconds left, 17-point lead. And Stearns can hold for the final shot. Here's Smith working on Ekekubar. Drives in with the right and a foul. The hoop and the harm for Larry Smith. Stearns once again cannot be stopped on offense, and Larry Smith looking to make it a 20-point game with 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Second foul on Ekekubar in this first half. Smith at the line. He'll have one shot. As he rises up and knocks it down, it's a 20-point game, and as he completes the three-point play, as Larry Smith playing his usual hounding defense, deflected the inbound, but out of bounds, so WCT retains possession. 9 seconds left. Duvall working on Smith. Crosses over to the right side. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Gets doubled. Finds Lindstrom wide open down low. And Lindstrom will close off the first half with a layup, but Stearns' trailer sets the tone in that second quarter. They outscored the WCT Warriors 35-23, and they lead by 18. Fun first half. More to come here in the second half. We'll be back after this short break. Second half coming up in just a minute here at Manasquan High School. JSBL action first half of our doubleheader tonight. Second half, definitely want to tune in for that one as well. Ortho, New Jersey trying to get in the win column for the first time. They took on ACI Robins Nest. But for now in this one, a 67-49 lead for Stearns Trailer over the WCT Warriors. Again, 41-17. Stearns outscored WCT in that second quarter after a first quarter that was largely won by WCT. They led 32-26 after one, and then from there, clamping down on defense, Stearns was. 28 points for Jakari Spence, 12 of 15 from inside the three-point line. He missed his only three-point attempt, but he has led this game. He has taken over on offense. He leads the way. Also in double figures, Brian Antoine with 15 points, and 12 points for Larry Smith to go along with 4 rebounds. Also 7 for Jalen Gaffney. He's got 4 points so far. For WCT, they're led by 15 points from Janoop Dubal, 6 of 15 shooting from the floor. Chima Ekekubar, the only other WCT Warrior in double figures. He's got 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting, also 4 rebounds in the first half, as WCT will have possession to start out. Both these teams separated by a game in the standings. Stearns at 3-2, and WCT at 2-3. As Ryan Fronheim will bring it up, Ekekubar fires the three. That one just short, rebounded by Antoine, looking to run the break. Going coast to coast. Nice no-look pass for Dortch, but he wasn't ready for it. That one out of bounds, and WCT will get possession back. If Stearns wins this game, they'll move to 4-2 on the year. They'll move into a tie with RKE Athletic, who they beat last week, and also a tie with the upstart team in the league so far this year, Intern Helpers, also at 4-2. They've won 3 straight games, including last night over Larson Ford. Here's Janoop Dubal. That one short off the front iron. Rebounded by Dortch. Long outlet pass over to Antoine. Pump fakes. And here is Spence. Gets the three to go with 2 defenders on him. Both Fronheim and Ekekubar were on him. Fronheim just kind of threw up his arms like, what do you want me to do? Now he gets it on the offensive end. Floater around the rim, and that one won't go. Here's Larry Smith the other way. Kicks over to Jalen Gaffney, working on Griffin Lindstra. Gaffney with 4 points and 7 rebounds in that first half. Drives in, works some space. Nice job to lay that one in. He's got 6 now. Here comes Dubal the other way. Again, the leading scorer for WCT in the first half, along with Ekekubar. He had 11. Dubal with 15. Dubal finds Ekekubar at the top of the key, drives in. Peters was open. He'll take it himself. Ooh, he left that one way short. And it's rebounded by Larry Smith once again. Here's Spence in transition. He'll rise up from 3 and knock it down once again. 2 threes already here in the third quarter for Jakari Spence. He's got 34 points. He cannot be stopped right now. And neither can the rest of Stearns Trailer. It's 75-49, an opening 8-0 run. Dubal trying to snap that run and gets the, no, he doesn't. That one was down 3 different places. But Lindstra gets the offensive rebound, and he lays that one in off the board to get WCT on the board for the first time in the quarter. Spence going to work once again. Isolating on Fronheim. Rises up, and oh my goodness. Jakari Spence is on one tonight. 36 points, and we're just 2 minutes into the second half. Here comes Ekekubar. Gets it over to Lindstra, working on Dortch. Steps back, lost the handle. Kicks over to Dubal, driving on Spence. Spence has done a good job despite the height disadvantage on Dubal. That one around the rim, no. Dortch and Peters both went up with it. It'll be Spence. Lob, 2-hand slam, Brian Antoine. Oh, man, Stearns Trailer is showing off in this second half. Antoine, the recipient of that one. He has had a great game tonight, and, of course, Spence with the feed. Here comes Ekekubar the other way. Got caught in the air, finds a cutting Quinn Peters. That layup is around the rim, and it's good. 26-point lead for Stearns Trailer. Man, oh, man, that was nice from Spence to Antoine on that last possession. Here's Gaffney backing down Fronheim. Kicks out Dortch. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes. He'll take this one, and he knocks it down. Maybe he should take some more. Dortch with a 3-pointer. He's got 9 points on the night. It's a 29-point lead for Stearns. Here comes Lindstra. He'll play his college basketball at Tufts. Falls back and knocks down the mid-range jumper in his comfortable spot. Cuts it back to a 27-point game. Dortch will take the ball handling duties on this possession. Gets some space on the perimeter, guarded by Ekekubar. Crosses over, now will back him down in the post. Rises up. That one too strong. Ekekubar the rebound. Here comes Dubal the other way. In transition, crosses over the right side, steps through, and he slams it home with 2 hands. And this game is not short on athletes. Duval, another nice slam dunk, and it's back to a 25-point game. You got Duval one way. You got Brian Antoine the other way. Also, Parker Dortch, great athlete as well. Here's Gaffney working in the short corner. Up and under move, steps through. That one tipped by Peters out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock. 4 minutes in to this third quarter. Stearns has opened up a 25-point lead. So far, they have outscored WCT 15-8 here in the third. Larry Smith gets the inbound, working on Frondheim. Drives in, goes right up. No, but he gets fouled on the way up with 3 on the shot clock. So Larry Smith will head to the free throw line. He had 12 points in that first half to go along with 4 rebounds and his signature hounding defense. Frondheim's first foul of the night. First foul of the second quarter. It's been a fairly clean game so far in this one, in terms of fouls at least. His first one's good. Substitution for Stearns trailer. Parker Dortch will take a seat. Bruce Gooding checks back in for him. Like I said, relatively clean game with the fouls. 5 on Stearns, 6 on WCT in the first half, and obviously 1 on WCT now in this third quarter. Here comes Frondheim the other way. Catch and shoot triple. Spence was late to close out. Can't knock it down. Ekekibar gets the offensive rebound. Oh, my goodness. Antoine hung in the air to smack that shot away. Here comes Gaffney on the break. Kicks out Larry Smith. Lost the handle for just a second. And he'll work on Linstra. Drives in. Rises up. Gets some contact. Didn't get the call. Linstra gets the rebound. Here he comes the other way. Kicks over to Duval. Duval with a full head of steam, and he slams it home. Woo! He can really slam it down, and we'll get a whistle here. There's a bit of a wet spot over where Larry Smith hit the deck on under the Stearns trailer basket. And we'll take a timeout here with that stoppage. 25-point lead for Stearns trailer. They're running away with this one. We'll be back right after this break. Back here, the JSBL, three-pointer for Brian Antoine. That one off back iron, out of bounds. It'll be WCT possession. Stearns trailer is beginning to run away with this one. They lead by 25 points. Certainly been some highlight reel material, though. As Griffin Lindstrom will bring it up after some nice defense from Larry Smith. Working on Gooding. Here comes Lindstrom on the block. Pump fakes, finds John Bala, lays it up and in. Nice job on the playmaking from Lindstrom. Finds John Bala and gets WCT on the board after the timeout. Here's Smith backing down Frondheim. Backing him down, rises up with the floater. That one was halfway down and out. Here comes Duval behind the back dribble. He is so good in transition. Kicks over to Frondheim. Now Peters in the quarter. Catch and shoot 3. That one won't go. Rebounded by Antoine. Working against Duval. Isolated in the corner. Drives on him. Rises up with the left. Got it in the foul. Nelson Antoine to the free throw line. Antoine has been really good in this game, getting more comfortable with Stearns. I believe this is only his second game of the season. We saw him in one game earlier. And he has set the tone offensively tonight, showcasing his athleticism on both ends of the floor. And now he'll have a chance to add with a three-point play opportunity. He had 15 points in that first half as he rises up and finishes off the old-fashioned 3. 26-point lead, 4:26 to go here in this third quarter. Here comes Jorge Mercado the other way. recently checked back into the game. Fall away Jay from the free throw line. That one just a little bit short. Rebound tipped into the hands of Jakari Spence. He's gotten a little bit quiet, but he goes coast to coast, rises up with the left. That one's short off the rim. Rebound John Bala. Here comes Mercado. Kicks out wide open Quinn Peters. Catch 2 triple from the opposite corner. That one way long. Gaffney got the rebound, but Frauenheim just punched it away and laid it up in for 2. Here's Spence the other way and matches that layup with one of his own. Mercado will bring the ball up. Spence just has limitless energy, and he pokes the ball away. Oh, behind the back pass from Larry Smith. Lobs it up to Gooding, and that one a little bit too tall. If Spence had set that pass up for Antoine, he probably would have gotten it, but Bruce Gooding not as tall, so he wasn't able to haul that one in. Here comes Duvall the other way, guarded by Gaffney. Picking him up near the logo. He can rise up from there. As a lob, a little bit of a mistimed lob, but Mercado still gets it. Puts it up, and he got fouled on the way up, so he'll head to the free throw line. They'll get Gooding on that one. Mercado played at Seton Hall for some of his time in college. He had 7 points and 4 rebounds in that first half. So 26-point lead for Stearns as Mercado's first free throw is off back iron. Second free throw coming up, 3:29 to go here in the third quarter. Mercado had a really nice career at Rockland Community College before going to Seton Hall. And here comes Jalen Gaffney the other way. He was a part of that Final Four team at FAU. Here's Gooding. Hesitates, puts it up, and flips it up and in. Nice job by Bruce Gooding in the half court. And it's back to a 27-point lead for Stearns. Here's Duvall, guarded by Gaffney. Crossing over, he'll just rise up from 3. That one won't go. John Ball the rebound, right back up, and that one's good. John Ball has played some solid minutes off the bench for WCT tonight, and he puts that one back in. Here's Gaffney working on the shorter Frauenheim. Just backing him down, getting to the block, goes up and under, and he kind of hung in the air, did a spin move in midair and knocked that shot down. Here comes Frauenheim the other way. Kicks over John Bala on the perimeter. Working on Gaffney. Steps back. One-legged fall away from the foul line. That one won't go. Here comes Gooding. That one way short. Seemed like it might have gotten tipped, but officials say no. It'll go the way of WCT. Gooding played at Long Branch, also at Brookdale. Really solid JUCO program, one of the best in the nation as Duvall lays it up and in. Here comes Larry Smith the other way. It's a 25-point game. He'll just rise up from 3. Late contest from John Bala. That one's short. Here comes Duvall the other way. In transition, nice timing by Larry Smith to get that pass. Spence finds Gooding, lays that one up and in. Oh, Spence tried to get a putback, but it didn't matter. That's Bruce Gooding getting on the board here in the third quarter. Here's Duvall, deep 3, and he knocks it down. He is so good in transition, he can just rise up quickly and knock it down. Here's Spence. That one too strong. Spence hasn't been as red hot here in the third quarter as he was in the second, but that is a very high bar to clear considering how good he was in that quarter. John Bala thought about a 3, kicks over to Quinn Peters. Another corner 3 for him. Can't knock that one down. Mercado gets the offensive rebound over Gooding. Mercado steps back, rises up from 3. That one's short. Off the left side of the rim, Gaffney the rebound. Here comes Gaffney. He'll just pull up from the free throw line, and that one too strong. Peters the rebound. It's a 25-point game at the end of the third. We'll have a running clock in the fourth as John Bala on the break gets the hook shot to go. John Bala had a nice third quarter with 1 minute to go here in the third. Makes it a 22-point game. Again, our next game coming up, Doug Eddert in Ortho, New Jersey will be taking on ACI Robinson. As you can already see, Dwayne Jones in the building here, among others, for ACI. As Antoine hangs in the air, fires out for Gooding. That one rattles out. John Bala the rebound. We've seen him take on a little bit more ball handling duties on the perimeter here in this third quarter as he fires down low to a wide open Quinn Peters. Nice setup from John Bala. And Peters gets the easy layup to go. It's back to a 20-point game. 7 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Spence. Thought about the step back 3, instead works on Frauenheim. Lost control of the dribble, regains it. Now drives in, steps back, pull up from the mid-range, short. Gooding with the rebound. He'll just rise up with the floater and left that one short. Rebounded by Mercado, 10 seconds on the clock. That ball kicked around, ricocheted, finds Duval, rises up with the one-handed finger roll finish, and all of a sudden it's back to an 18-point game. John Balla picks it off, and Gaffney got a hand on it, but John Balla will just take the take foul to avoid a potential buzzer beater. 0.6 seconds on the clock, so in theory, Stearns can catch and shoot, but a nice closing run by WCT here in this third quarter. It was almost a 30-point game at one point. Going for the lob, that one deflected away, and that'll do it for this third quarter. So a solid closeout to this third by the WCT Warriors after a strong first quarter. Stearns is dominated in between, of course, but Stearns still leads by 18 after 3 quarters, but WCT not completely out of it yet. We've seen crazier things in this league. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter coming up here for the JSBL. Start of the fourth quarter coming up here. Stearns trailer possession. They lead 95-77, led by as many as 29 points. Led 82-53 at one point, but a nice job of a rallying by WCT. Here comes Dortch. Just goes up and under over John Balla. That one was halfway down, but Lindstra and John Balla both went up for it. Offensive rebound goes into the hands of Jalen Gaffney. Has a mismatch on John Balla on the perimeter. Shot clock at 7. Crossing over, drives in. Oh, Mercado swiped that one away. Ekekubar gets the rebound. Here comes WCT. Frauenheim steps into a triple. That one off to the right side. Rebound taken in by Mercado. He draws a foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. So a nice start to the quarter by WCT. And Mercado will head to the free throw line. Update on the scoring. Jakari Spence, 38 points in this game. He has been excellent offensively creating. And Brian Antoine with his best game of the season. He's got 20 points on 9 of 12 shooting as Mercado knocks down his first free throw. The duo of Spence and Antoine have combined to shoot 25 of 35 from the floor. That's 71% for those two as Mercado knocks down both. Really efficient night for those two. Spence will bring it up. He had 10 points in the third quarter. Driving in on Frauenheim, fall away Jay. That one off. Rebound Lindstra. Here comes Frauenheim. Former Manasquan teammate to another. Kicks out Ekekubar. On the short corner, guarded by Dortch, finds John Balla. Here's his 7-foot jumper is good, and it's down to a 14-point game. So WCT bit by bit working on a comeback here. Here comes Dortch. Gets his pocket picked by John Balla, picked up by Mercado. Here comes the other way. Coast to coast, rises up, no, gets his own offensive rebound. That one misses as well. Dortch comes out of nowhere to fire that ball out in the corner. Ekekubar gets it, kicks out Lindstra. He pump fakes. Bounce pass out to Frauenheim, picked off by Brian Antoine. Here comes Stearns on the break once again. Behind the back pass from Spence to Gaffney. A little bit sloppy, but the result's still good with 2 points on the board. Man, a missed opportunity at the basket for WCT. Could have made this a 12-point game. Instead, back to 16. Here is Ekekubar working on Spence. Gets that one to go. Wanted a foul. Didn't get it, but still 2 points on the board. Ekekubar has been really good in this one. getting to the basket. We'll get a whistle and a foul. Looks like they'll get Frauenheim for the foul on Spence. Excuse me, they'll get Ekubar. Third on him. Here's Larry Smith driving on Jorge Mercado, kicks out Gaffney. Thought about the three, no. Fires over to Antoine. Antoine drives in, finger roll finish. Adds to his total. He's got 22 points tonight. As here comes John Balla. The other way, loses control of it, regains, and he'll reset offensively. Spence guarding him, size mismatch in favor of John Balla. He's going to take full advantage of it. Drives to the basket, just rises up and finishes. With Janub Dubal starting this fourth quarter on the bench, who has 26 points and 12 rebounds, John Balla's done a nice job down low. Here is Dortch on the block. Rises up, John Balla blocks that one out of bounds. Remains Stearns' ball, but it's still a 14-point game with 7.5 to go. We thought this game might be headed for running clock territory. As here Spence on the inbound, just rises up from the mid-range and knocks it down. It's back to a 16-point lead, but WCT once again has just found a way to get back into this game. John Balla thinking about a three. He'll just kick back over to Ekubar. Trying to set up Mercado, who has Larry Smith on him. Good defense. John Balla left open from three, leaves that one short. Lindster comes out of nowhere for the offensive rebound, puts it back up and in, and it's still a 14-point game. WCT not out of it yet. Jalen Gaffney going the other way. Gaffney 8 points, 10 rebounds through 3 quarters. Spence just rises up through the double team and knocks it down. He is on fire tonight. If Stearns wins, certainly a contender for the star of the game. Here's Lindstrom, Ekubar. Nice set play for WCT as the back cut from Mercado gets the layup to go. Still a 14-point game. WCT just hanging around a little bit, but eventually they have to get some stops. Here is Gaffney. Not going to get a stop there. He knocks down the pull-up triple. Gaffney really needed that one, and Stearns really needed that one as well. It's back to a 17-point game as Larry Smith picks the pocket at Chima Ekubar. Here's Spence on the break. That one's too easy. And just like that, Stearns brings it back to a 19-point game. Mercado, pull-up triple from the top of the key. That one too strong. Dortch gets the rebound. And Stearns with another defensive stop. Spence on the perimeter. Pretty dribble move. Goes up. Kicks back out for Gaffney. Now a cross-court pass over to Antoine. Catch and shoot triple. That one just off the front of the iron. And a rebound by Lindstrom. He'll just rise up from three. That one's short. Rebounded by Larry Smith. He's got Spence open in transition. He finds him. He'll just pull up off the glass, and that one good. And just like that, a 7-0 run for Stearns, and it's back to a 21-point game with 5:25 to play in this one. Here is Frauenheim the other way. Knocks down the three. 18-point game, so still the door cracked open just a bit for WCT. Midway through this fourth quarter. Dortch off the dribble, working on Ekubar. Pump fakes, goes up and knocks down the layup. And just like Ekubar did earlier in the game, Dortch plants the ball on the baseline, and just like Ekubar did earlier in the game, he also gets a delay of game. As we'll get a timeout for Stearns trailer. They're up by 20 midway through the fourth quarter. We'll take it with them. 112-92. Stearns trailer starting to run away with this one. We'll be right back after this. Stearns trailer trying to put a finishing touch on a win that would push them to 4-2 and put them in a three-way tie for second place in the JSBL, tied with Intern Helpers, a surprise to many, as well as RKE Athletic. WCT trying to avoid falling to 2-4. They got to get some things going here, getting late early. As Frauenheim will rise up from 3 and knock it down out of the timeout. Back to a 17-point game. Again, not over yet. WC just kind of hanging around. Spence the other way, trying to respond. That one too strong. Duball the rebound. He's the leading scorer for WCT tonight. Guarded by Gaffney. Antoine switches on after the screen. Linstra drives in. He'll pull up from the mid-range. Leaves that one short, but gets his own offensive rebound off the bounce. Kicks back out to Frauenheim. Catch and shoot 3 from the corner. No. Ekekubar there for the rebound, and he gets fouled by Larry Smith. So WCT has been staying active on the offensive glass. They have won that battle so far tonight. Coming into the fourth quarter, they had 13 offensive rebounds compared to 5 for Stearns Trailer. Of course, that could also have something to do with the fact that Stearns has obviously made more shots. Stearns shooting 57% from the floor entering the fourth quarter compared to 44 for WCT. So Ekekubar will go to the line for 2 as he knocks down the first one. Still a 16-point game, and once again, WCT just kind of sticking around. Still at arm's length. I mean, Stearns is still in control of this game, obviously, but WCT not really making this much of a blowout just yet. Both free throws good for Ekekubar. It's back to a 15-point game with 4:27 to play. It'll be Brian Antoine to bring it up, and he gives it right back to Jalen Gaffney, so he'll bring it up. Former FAU and UConn product. Dribble handoff with Larry Smith, working on Griffin Linstra. Drives to the basket at the block, rises up, and gets fouled on Linstra. He'll get it before the shot, so no free throws. It'll just be a side out. As Antoine inbounds to Larry Smith. Drives in, just rises up with the floater. That one won't go. Rebounded by Linstra. Long outlet pass to Frauenheim. Thought about a 3, finds a cutting Peters. Reverse layup is good over the outstretched arm of Antoine, and it's back to a 13-point game. Here comes Antoine the other way. Kicks back out for Gaffney. Trying to get it to Spence. Good defense from Linstra and Frauenheim. Here's Smith in the middle. Kicks out to a cutting Gooding. His pull-up 3 is way short. Spence is there for the offensive rebound, but denied by Duball. Gets it back. 4 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Spence rises up from the mid-range. That one won't go. Rebounded by Ekekubar. Monmouth past and present there on that one with Duball. Hello, Brian Antoine coming up here. Spence going the other way after the turnover. Got it in the foul. Spence, once again, unstoppable in this game, and he gets a 3-point play. That might just do it. Spence going up and under for that one. Pushes it back to a 114-99 lead and can make it 16 with the free throw. Antoine made a nice play there to put the ball between his legs and tried to save him and went up a couple rows in the stands. As Spence completes the 3-point play, it's back to a 16-point game with 3:22 to go in this one. Here comes Ekekubar the other way. Picks up his dribble, needs some help, finds Linstra out on the wing. Now Ekekubar gets it back, finds Peters down low, another up and under, and that one's good. Peters had a nice second half here tonight and cuts it back down to a 14-point game. Peters, 7 points coming into the fourth quarter. He's added a couple buckets to his total. Double team. Spence doesn't matter. Giving a mean mug after the make, and it's back to a 16-point game with under 3 to play. Here comes Frauenheim the other way. Kicks over to Duball. Trying to make something happen with Gaffney on him. Drives, spins, puts up the floater. That one's good. So Duball's been able to get his tonight. Here comes Gaffney the other way. WCT in the second half just hasn't been able to string together the stops that they need and combine them with enough offensive possessions that result in baskets. And that's why Stearns has remained in front. Antoine, fall away Jay. That one too strong. Rebound Duball. He's got a double-double tonight. Trying to go coast to coast. He'll just pull up from the mid-range, and that one is good. Back to a 12-point game, and once again, this game ain't completely over yet. Here comes Gaffney, slowing it down. Finds Spence, driving on Frauenheim, loses control, gets it back. Finds a cutting Larry Smith, who gets it to go. Spence was about to rise up with it, but found Smith cutting to the basket. That was a great find with the one-handed pass. Here comes Frauenheim the other way. It's back to a 14-point game. Guarded by Gaffney, crossing over, free throw line jumper is good. Still a 12-point game. Seems like Stearns is in control, but WCT not making it too easy on them. Here comes Gooding the other way with Duball on him. Drives baseline, kicks out to Antoine in the corner, finds Larry Smith. 90 seconds to go in this one. 12-point lead as Smith rises up and got it. That's one of his signature moves where he'll just drive to the basket even through contact and just rise up as Larry Smith takes a take foul there. Tim John Bala will check back into the game. Chima Ekekubar will take a seat. That's one of his, again, Larry Smith's signature moves. So he'll just, even through contact, just rise up and get it off the glass. Duball way downtown. Back to an 11-point game. Duball, with his range, has really made a huge impact tonight for WCT. He's been their main option offensively. Speaking of main options offensively, Spence can't get that jumper to fall. Here comes Duball, full head of steam the other way, and he dribbled it off his foot and out of bounds. With under a minute to play, that could have been interesting if Duball had gotten a score in transition. Could have brought it down to single digits, but Stearns will get possession up 11. Here comes Gaffney, drives, gets the reverse layup to go, and that'll just about do it here. 13-point lead now. Duball the other way. He'll put another tomahawk slam down for his night. Back to an 11-point game, but with 42 seconds left, just too much to overcome for WCT. It was a strong first quarter for WCT. They led by as many as 10, but then Stearns came right back and had a great second quarter. They outscored WCT 41-17, and that was ultimately the difference. With 3 on the shot clock, Gaffney will just rise up and knock it down. That'll be a nice stat boost for him. With 19 seconds left, here comes Frauenheim the other way. Still a 14-point game. As Frauenheim's 3 is no good. Rebounded by Larry Smith, and that'll do it for the first half of tonight's doubleheader. Stearns Trailer will win this one 126-112 on the backs of a monster second quarter. They move to 4-2 on the year into a 3-way tie for second place in the JSBL standings. So a great win for Stearns, and we'll get our star of the game, likely Jakari Spence, but we'll have to wait and see. Our star of the game coming up right after this break here on the JSBL. Alec Crowd-Himmel back here for the Jersey Shore Basketball League. Stearns Trailer's star of the game, Jakari Spence, 51 points in a win for Stearns Trailer over the WCT Warriors. First up, Jakari, 51. You've been putting up video game-like numbers here so far this season. I mean, what's been working so well for you offensively?
I just think I'm sticking to my work, man. I think it's all paying off. All the work I've been putting in all summer and for all these years just have been paying off, and I'm happy to come out here and be able to put on a performance.
And this was a real interesting game. WCT led by as many as 10 in the first quarter, led by 6 at the end of the first. And then you guys come out with a 41-17 second quarter. I mean, what was said in the huddle to try to really get you guys back going?
I think when I came out here today, a close friend of Shavar Reynolds, Miles Powell, said, y'all ain't never walk in a spot and let off 50. So I had to walk in a spot and let off 50 today.
That was really impressive to watch. I mean, the second half as well was really good as well. I mean, what's your main takeaway from this game as a team?
When we get stops, we're one of the best teams in the league. I think it just comes down to me and Larry have been playing together for a while. Jalen Gaffney and Brian and Parker George all been playing with each other, so it's a lot of chemistry out here. So it's unselfish basketball. They're the ones telling me to shoot when I do get it, giving me the ball. And when I'm shooting, it's very efficient, too. I'm not just chucking up shots. A lot of the shots I'm taking are going in, and that's just a credit to my work and a credit for the guys trusting me and believing in me.
And you mentioned Brian Antoine. I mean, he had 22 points in this game, looked really good. You guys had a bit of a rapport as well, had that really impressive alley-oop. I mean, what's it like playing against a really good athlete like him who can really do a lot on the floor?
I mean, I think I played with a lot of athletes in my life, so B playing, he's another great athlete that I played with. And he's one of the best athletes I played with as well. So, I mean, it was easy. I just kind of throw it wherever, and hopefully he go gets it for me. He did.
He did just that. Jakari Spence, our star of the game for Stearns Trailer, 51 points. Wow. And a win for Stearns Trailer over the WCT Warriors. Jakari, congrats on another great game. You've had a lot of those this season, and best of luck the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, who ain't never walking a spot and let off 50?